to another live session with Firdous using the Paintology drawing app from Google Play Store. So the Paintology app, as you know, is a drawing app available for your phone or tablet, and I primarily use my phone to make drawings. As you can see here, I'm going to show you. This is the typical way I do my drawings using the phone and finger, but on this occasion I'm using my stylus, and you can get a very cheap stylus and from Amazon or eBay for your phone. If you do a lot of drawings, you may find it a little bit more comfortable in the sense that you can see more of the drawing area. But I've done many drawings with the finger, and so let's have a look what we have here. So first thing I'm going to show you is Paintology is not that it's not just another digital drawing app. Trust me, there's a lot more that lies under the hood. It's been in 5 years in development, and you're talking to the creator here, who's also likes drawing artists, and I've developed the app with the sole intention of teaching you some of the things that many of the other drawing apps, digital apps, do not do, and this is techniques. So I come from a traditional background in drawing and painting, and I'm able to take those techniques and apply it to my digital drawings. And it's the reason why my digital drawings can never be understood to be digital in the first place. And the reason why digital art is always appears and has a bad rap with many other traditional artists is because it's just using too many tools to create the artwork, and therefore the artwork appears digitally enhanced or animated or computerized. You can name it, you can think of what you'd like, but anyway, the point is that it's not the natural way of drawing. Digital drawing has evolved differently to traditional, and it has primarily taken a much more of a front seat in drawing only because we have phones and tablets to do our drawing. And the drawing that most digital artists use are based on layers, blending, blurring, filling, autocorrection, you name it. Everything that what a traditional artist used to do by hand and therefore does not have a natural look to the end art and digital art. But if you look at mine, it's you will be hard pressed to see if it's digital or not. So before I go into that, let me show you, if you're serious about learning art and not just learning art in the art digital medium, but learning art in general, which crosses the borders of all art mediums, including acrylic, watercolors, oils, pastels, charcoal, you name it, then this is for you. This is what's going to teach you the core skills of art. And because of this big interest, I've created this Google Classroom, which you can join for free. And it's all designed and paced with developing those skills in fundamental art, which is tones, volume, shape, form, you name it, texture, anything related to the fundamentals of art. And they're all done through here with not just theory, but with, of course, practicing on the Paintology with the 600 tutorials that are available for you to do. And it's all for free, yeah? So let's go back to that. And then this is a reference drawing that I did. I used this reference image for a drawing that I made. And then I'm going to show you the drawing I made. Yeah, this is the actual drawing I made just a while ago, actually. If you check out the Paintology channel, you'll see this live stream. So this is the one I made from the reference image, and just to go through it, in fair, I was quite pleased with how quickly it turned. I didn't have to go into too much detail, especially the foreground. I rapidly created that in a few minutes, and then the sky I blended, and then the silhouette of the elephant there, as you can see. So you could do this tutorial if you go to Paintology, download the reference image. The reference images are available from paintology.com, and then simply go down a little bit to where it says, just below the video, where it says live streams Google Classroom. Click on that, and then you'll have the date and the reference image. You can see here, 16th September, and then the reference image, and the Paintology reference image that we're going to do. It's quite a fun drawing. Is actually this 3D drawing, 3D art as they call it, and a lot of you are fascinated by that. So I thought I'd tackle this one. So this 3D art, basically very simple, and it will teach you shading. So I'm always looking to find out what you learn from a particular drawing, and that's really what drives one to become good in drawing and painting. If you don't learn anything, majority of beginners are gonna have see so many of these artists that have improved their techniques, and they've taken from zero to a piece of art, and the beginners are just flummoxed to find out how they did it, and so they think they should do the same if they were to do a similar drawing, and then they completely forget about the most important piece of developing the techniques and the developing the process of drawing, understanding the process of drawing. And majority will throw their arms up in the air and say, I can't go any beyond this. And not because of no fault of the medium, or which they like to actually put reasons behind it, but it's only through the fault of your own. So keep that in mind. If you do not ask questions like, is it a born talent or anything like that, you can see that when I do art on the phone, mm, hardly anyone, I haven't seen anyone on the internet who does similar drawings like that. And I wasn't born with a phone in my mouth, right? So I learned this from my own techniques. So I've got the picture, the laptop in front of me where I'm going to make this drawing. So I'm going to go to, I'm in landscape mode, go to blank canvas. Okay, this is where you'll come across where you can doodle, and people come here and rush to all the tools and think they know what they're doing. But in fact, they're not learning much. They just become highly dependent on the tools, and then when they go to other drawing apps, they judge the app based around tools and not techniques. It's so important that you understand this point. It's all about art techniques, not tools. In the same manner, would you judge a carpenter based on his set of tools, or would you base it on the workmanship that he creates? Yeah. Similar with drawing. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the straight line. This is an excellent way for me to show you the straight lines. And then I'm going to keep to the line brush. So here you can see on the top right, I've selected straight lines. And I've got a white background, which is fine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line here. So I've got the straight lines and I've got the line brush, and I'm going to create a line, but I'm going to use a brown color. So I'm going to use a slightly brown color. Then I'm going to try and do that. Let's see if I've got that. That is it. I've got a brown color. I'm just going to take that there. All right. Now, and then I'm going to select a blue color. It's actually the drawing. If you see the reference image, it was a drawing someone did on pencil and paper, but we're doing it on the phone. So I'm going to select a blue, sort of a light blue, you know. Right, let's see if that works. Yeah, that seems to work. All right. So here I'm select. It's a little darker for my need. You can actually soften this with the density setting, but I think I'm gonna just see if this blue works. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm gonna take this down just a tad. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a few lines that way. It's sort of separated, right? And then I think I got the angle wrong, so I'm trying to follow the actual reference image that I have in front of me opened. And I'm going to do that. Try and keep it concentric, meaning try and keep the lines right. Is this right? Yeah, I think it's all right. So follow along with me, and then we can, because it's going away from us, we'll reduce the size. We can even reduce its, give the illusion that it's far away, you know. So then take the density down. Is it concentric? It is. It's looking a little concentric. And then it's actually, that's a bit too much. Okay. Then let's take it down a bit. Then you can see I'm taking it down here and take it down as though it's okay. Just using, so just try and get us reasonably close. You don't have to be exact. I come from an engineering background, so I tend to be a little bit picky about these. Okay, and then here. All right, so we got something reasonable, and then that's going to be like a piece of paper. But before we do that, let's have some fun and pick that color that we picked earlier, and then take it above, and then just fill that in like that. Take the straight line off. Okay. think that's okay, isn't it? And then maybe I will have a little lighter color, giving the illusion that's the edge of a sheet of paper. Not quite. Right, let's save that. Okay, and now we're going to do an oval shape here. So we've got let's pick a color that's going to pick something that's on the, let's pick a, let's go in the blue and pick a, no, that's a bit obviously too big. So let's pick a shade actually. Let's go straight to the shade brush. Yeah. Okay, so we got, yeah, I think that seems to work. So let's pick a darker color. So remember the grayscale is on the left side of that. So I think that should be all right. So we're going to do try and replicate a circle here. Right. This is like 3D art, yeah? Nothing more 3D art. So I'm just creating and shape a hole that's going to be there. You've seen the actual drawing, right? So can you love to see the final? Then this is really good for practice. So I encourage you to do this right there. And now we've got this shape. We want to create this hole in this shape. So how do we do this? Well, it's relatively easy here. So what we can do is, now that we have the shade brush, we can say, well, let's switch to, let's save this, okay? I should have saved the graphic in case I wanted to go over it again, but that's all right. Let's go to this. I'm gonna try and see. Let's go to. Let's go the grayscale, right? So it's easier for us to pick the grayscale. Yeah. There. So let's go here and pick a really large brush size. Right. So just follow. I'm not doing the lines yet, although it's best to actually, before we do that, to take the lines off. So again, we go back to the line brush, yeah, okay, and then we should have done that earlier. Pick the white and just removed these lines, okay. Let's remove these lines, okay. All right, so we got a hole there, right? Now we go back to the shade brush, okay, and then we select the shade that's going to be there. So I'm going to lay down the first shade. I'm looking at the drawing, obviously, and then just do the shade here. Just give the impression that there is shade. Don't worry about it because we're going to go over it a few times to get it right. And then here, this lighter tone here. Alright, so we got this shade here. So we can keep merging it. And then you can reduce, change it, and reduce. And then get some darker shade. No. Okay. And then just creating the darkness that should exist there, right in the what looks like a pit, right? That's all it is. Pit, right there. I'm just recording. I'm just recording something. Can you come back later, please? Recording. Oh, excuse me. God. Sorry about that. There's the cleaning lady there. So got that. So we have this like little stop. Now what we're gonna do is now take the line brush again, and then this is where you can perfect. I'm just showing you very simple techniques. Do we have the blue? No, we've lost that blue. So what we can do is pick this blue color, yeah, and then go back to, you don't have to go back to the shade line, and then we will, there, you see it? Change it to smaller line setting, and then just get it matched to this line brush that we have here. And there's so many things you can play with, but okay, that's all we for now. So let's zoom out, and then let's take these lines. And remember, these lines will be a bit darker on this side, but we're not too worried about that. So let's just take that line. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to finish this quickly. So there, 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 and then this line here. Let's see here, that line went there. So that's what we have here. And then what we can do is we can take this shade, and then take out the straight line, and just go over this, and find this edge, okay? That's all we're doing. You see, we're working with speed now. We're finding this edge. Okay, so here, this edge here. And then what we can do is we could get the shade brush, the grayscale, with the grayscale and then shade brush, and then we can darken it. Yeah. And you see now that works. Right, so can you see it? How that works? Yeah. There, you can keep playing with that. Right, there. You see, and then what we can do is we can select the white tone and just take these blemishes out. Right there. So I don't know if that's quite worked, but you can see I can improve on it next time. But I'd like for you to give it a shot and see if that's really worked for you, if it gives the illusion that there is. You can see there's corrections to be made there. Right there. Then you can go into the details. So I'm going to improve it. I'm sorry for the noise. And so I'm going to improve this. So I'm going to stop here and then we'll continue on this afterwards. Thank you very much for watching. And please do subscribe so I can bring you these more channels. And thank you. And see you soon. Bye-bye.